So I had some thoughts and wanted to make this video today for a couple of reasons, you know. Um, in having conversations with other people, I see so frequently other people not even realizing the scope of how the actions and behaviors of others, their thought patterns, their speech patterns, things of that nature, begin to bleed into an entirely different individual, affecting the way they view things, you know. And I think that's something that's important to guard against, you know. There's enough negativity and unhealthy thinking to go around for everyone, twofold, you know. And I just truly feel like it's so unproductive to feed into that, you know. Toxic people enjoy that. They feed on it, you know. And when you give it energy or you pay attention to it, you know, you power that engine, you know. And it's truly on you as a separate entity whether you give that machine the juice that it craves, you know. With the state of current affairs and the individuals that control the puppet strings seeking and craving attention, and in the process affecting your life, you know, does it truly affect it the same if you don't pay it no attention? Relax, chill out. Had to interrupt the video because somebody's dog is running loose. I apologize. Yeah, man, I don't know why, but a lot of people in my neighborhood, they just don't have control over their dogs, you know? Like, my dogs are leashed and on harnesses, and that's for a good reason, you know? Because I know, like, my dogs are friendly and shit like that, but they ain't about to just play nice with some random dog running around with no collar and no leash on, you know? And it's in the middle of me making a video about positivity and optimism, you know? When this is a daily source of aggravation and frustration for me. Relax, man. At least I know you're gonna get some good sleep tonight after getting all riled up. Would you quit before you knock the damn phone down? Get down! Man, I wish my dog might act like that dog was acting. I should have turned the camera around so you could see the other dog having second thoughts about coming closer. But that type of shit, like, my dogs would never do that shit to me. Like, they're walking after the dog's clearly not paying no attention to what they're doing, moving further and further away from them, and they're calling for it and shit. And I gotta go stand in the gap so that my dogs don't tear somebody else's dog apart. And these are girls. These ain't the big, muscly kind of pits you see, you know? But they ain't about to take no shit neither. I can't even do this video properly because the motherfucker keep coming over here. Shut up! But that's why you train your dog. That's why you work with your dogs. My dogs won't even come out of the door. Like, I leave the door open, right? And I could go out to my car, get something out the car, and they won't cross the threshold, you know? Let alone take off and run around out in the apartment complex and not come back to me, you know? But I love dogs, especially pits. And I don't want, you know, like, my dogs to attack another dog, you know, but I have my dogs leashed and harnessed for a reason. That's responsibility, you know? This breed of dog is very energetic. Sophia. Relax. You know, can't I just, be chill and make a nice video or relax? You know, I gotta try to get in front of the dog, and it's not a tiny pit neither. But just like my dogs be willing to step into the gap for me, I'd have fist fought that dog if it tried to get close. You know, when the normal human reaction would have probably been to let my dog loose to protect me. A big ass male pit that I don't fucking know with no collar on, no leash, nothing, just walking up to me, This is great. I'm trying to make the philosophical, view of things that are going on because I believe it's really important. And I think we get caught up in so many of the day-to-day machinations of our life that we don't even realize how some of these things affect us. You know, Men particularly, because segments of our society trains us not to be in touch with our emotions. And I don't mean just pillow talk or hugs and kisses. That involves positivity and optimism in the way you view life. You know, Once upon a time in a far, far away land, I was an extremely negative person. The way that I viewed the circumstances of my life, the opportunities that I had, the choices that I made was negative. You know, those things changed eventually, but only with a change in zip code, space and time, you know, experience, so that I can grow as a person, you know. But I think in a way it's cool that happened because, like a lot of people online, and a lot of people make content or stream stuff that's not really even a part of their life. It's a mask that they put on, and it's what they do for views to get clicks in order to cash in on it. So, in order for me to truly practice positivity, that situation right there is something that happens regularly. Not with that particular dog or their owner, but just with dogs in my neighborhood in general. People think it's a good idea, especially Caucasian people, to run around with their dogs with no leash on. Talking about I got my dog trained. What difference does that make? Dogs is dogs. Whether it's a Chihuahua or a Rottweiler, if your dog is a dog in a family of other dogs, that helps because they get socialized with other dogs. But that doesn't have any bearing or impact on someone else's animal or someone else's situation. I spend a lot of money and time and affection and, working with my dogs, and all that goes out the window for someone else being irresponsible, because my dogs ain't no curs. If a dog gonna try to come up here and get in the personal space, they gonna defend me, but then, the person that's running around here happy-go-lucky with privilege don't think about that. If the shoe was on the other foot and my dogs were running around, possibly threatening other dogs, do you think I'd get the same treatment as some other people? But the way that I look at that positively is I don't do stupid shit like that. Like I make sure my dogs are leashed and harnessed, so that they're not about to get away from me and cause any trouble. You know? And I can look at this situation positively because I can tell you at times I am human, and it does get to me and aggravate me when people, practice behavior like that, because it's easily preventable. If your dog is the kind of dog like you open the door and they fucking run out and take off, then you need to take the time, even if you don't know, tune into a YouTube video, learn how to train your dog so those things don't happen, you know. But unfortunately, you know, the way the universe works, these things tie into where I started the video at. This whole situation with positivity and negativity regarding what's going on right now in this country. Um, a lot of these things can be an entirely different dynamic if everyone cared as much about other people as they care about themselves or their own situation. You know, people only look inwardly and selfishly focus on themselves. And other people don't even enter the periphery of their thinking until they have no other option. And that's how we end up with situations where people look at a situation that's, this whole thing is more about me being cognizant of the fact that irresponsible behavior can hurt other people, not just me. So I'm out here right now. I'm sitting in the wide open air, and I don't have a mask on. But that's not the same case as me if I go over someone's house or if I go somewhere in public. I always do the right thing. And I don't need anybody to peer pressure me or to guilt trip me. That's part of being a compassionate, caring person. All I think of sometimes is, yes, it feels oppressive sometimes. It can be really boring. But how would I feel if I went to Walmart, Family Dollar, the vape store or something, and I was irresponsible with gloves or a mask or something, and I got somebody's grandmother sick, and they passed? To me, that's the only kind of math that I need to do, because that's really what it boils down to. But people are so selfish that they don't even let that come into their thinking pattern. And where it ties into the first couple sentences of the video before I end it is, when you have a narcissist who believes the whole world revolves around him, but this person, his actions affect the whole, it is incumbent upon you to train your energy, to train your thoughts, to not feed into that toxic soup of bullshit, because it'll drag you down with it. I had to get the last few minutes of sunshine out here because it's about to get cold. But I'll holler at y'all. Hopefully I don't have any more dogs interrupted by peaceful Zen videos and shit. Holler at your boy.